Hello beautiful people of the world, welcome to my channel. My name is Shay and today I wanted to talk to you about making money as a stay-at-home mom. Now you do not have to be a stay-at-home mom or a mom at all, to be honest. For these tips you could make money at home even if you're not a mom with these ideas. But when I was a stay-at-home mom and when I was staying home with my kids and on mat leave, I really wanted to find a way to make some extra money because we're trying to pay down our debt fast and, you know, bills. So let's get into some ideas. None of these have anything to do with MLM or network marketing. I'm not really about that. Nothing against you if that is something that you do. I understand whatever you need to do to make money for your family, but for the purposes of this video, that is not what I'm talking about. So let's get into the content. A really easy and super fast and effective way, if you just need some money really quick, is to declutter your house, go through your house and start posting items for sale. I have done this multiple times when I was pregnant, through both pregnancies, during mat leave, just in general in life when I'm needing money in a pinch. I have made hundreds of dollars in like 1 to 2 days posting things on Facebook Marketplace. Back in the day I would use Craigslist and like Kijiji. People use eBay still. So there are a lot of different ways. You can use Facebook bidding war sites or just Facebook groups in general. I join a lot of mama groups and I post things for sale in there that are like kid related and those sell really quickly. So those are things even this past week that I have done and I made over $140 in 2 days with just selling random things around the house that I decluttered. It's kind of related and it comes to making and selling items. So if you have a talent, maybe it's DIY and crafting, or maybe it is refurbishing items, like getting things secondhand or buying things new and just making them, changing them up. People do like painting on furniture and they sand it down and then they resell it for a really good price. That is something that's kind of like a hobby that I've seen a lot of mamas do in their free time. Free time, I say lightly, but something that's kind of like a hobby and things that they can sell. That being said, if you're really talented, like you can sew or knit or just anything I can think of, whether that be like virtual lessons that you could do, or I'm just trying to think of literally any talent that you can turn into some type of income. My personal preference when it comes to making and selling items is a Cricut. And if you don't know what that is, I'm gonna put a picture right here. I have a lot of videos about this and a lot more coming because this has made me so much money in such a pinch when I have been needing to pay certain bills really fast during the holidays, during mat leave. I've had this machine for 4 years. It has done amazing things and I highly, highly recommend it. I know it is a little bit expensive to buy initially, but I really just honestly suggest it. This is not sponsored at all. This is my honest opinion. And if you are interested in learning more about it, or if you have a Cricut yourself or a Silhouette, kind of a similar machine, I highly suggest you check out my other videos because I've made so much money selling these items. And essentially it is like a vinyl cutting machine, not particularly vinyl, you can cut a lot of other things with it, but what I particularly do is cut vinyl and then I make things with it and decorate things and make decals and sell them. So it's kind of like a crafty way of doing it. You don't even have to sell on like Etsy or anything. You can just sell locally, like I said, on Facebook mom groups, on bidding wars, on Facebook Marketplace. Honestly, I have made so much money off of this, and really that can kind of tie into the whole refurbishing thing, whether you're just getting furniture or a nice picture frame from like the thrift store, which we'll talk about in a second. You're painting it and you're adding some vinyl decals on it and selling it. You bought it for $1, you're selling it for like 20 bucks. This can be a really fun hobby and something to just do in your spare time. Again, I say lightly. Now I wanted to put a pin in that thrift shopping idea. Something I did with my first baby during mat leave was I did not have a car. So I would take the stroller with her in it and we would walk to all of these local thrift stores. And I would literally just find things at these thrift stores, and they were more for like the non-for-profit ones, so the cheaper ones. And I would literally find things and then resell them for the price that they actually should be and would make a lot of money. Now this could be controversial, but I'm just gonna give you an example. So at one point I found this little baby co-sleeper bassinet and the lady sold it to me for $3. It was perfect condition and I just sold it on Marketplace for like 20 bucks. So little things like that, I would find things that are actually worth a lot more money, whether that be clothing items like brand name or little gadgets that maybe the thrift store didn't realize you can actually price higher or they're worth something, and reselling those items. I've made a lot of money doing that as well, and Honestly, it really depends on your kind of what you're into and how you feel about doing that stuff, because it is a lot of work having to kind of shop around and find things. But I have honestly just made a good amount of money doing that during my first mat leave with my first child. Touching on the talent portion I was talking about, if you're into photography or videography, I know a lot of stay-at-home moms that do that. Also, a lot of stay-at-home moms that have their own little store or online store, and this could be Etsy, this could also be like Facebook pages that they have, and they just kind of make a business page on Facebook and they make bows, or they make baby items, or they make random things nothing to do with babies and moms, but it still sells. The opportunities are endless. There are literally pages on Facebook for like homemade items in whatever area you live in, or whatever province or state you might live in, and those are really popular. Honestly, Facebook is the place where I have made so much money, thousands of dollars off of Facebook, so I highly recommend. Also, I am going to be doing a video specifically about selling your handmade items and your Cricut items. That will be a little bit after this one, probably posting that next week, so you can look out for that, and once it's posted, it'll be linked down below. Next one on the list is something I'm suggesting for stay-at-home mamas, because I was able to do this with my baby, my newborn at the time. Actually, she wasn't a newborn at that point. She was between the age of 6 months to 13 months when I was doing this, and I would do small jobs for people in my local community. So some people do cleaning, daycare, before and after school pickup, just childcare during the day, babysitting. They do mother's assistants, where they come and they do laundry and they cook for the mama and they clean, and you can bring your children along with you if the family's comfortable with it. So what I did was, for a while I was a nanny kind of thing, so I would go at like 5:30 in the morning to, it was actually we ended up being friends. She had 3 kids, and I would take my child as well, and I would show up really early in the morning, watch her kids while she was at work, and then I would go back home and just get paid to do that. And that was really nice because I could bring my daughter with me and watch her and take care of her. Later on, I was also able to actually get paid to declutter her house for her. So she had a lot of items and she wanted to live more of a simple life. I'm really passionate about simple living and minimalism. As you might notice from my channel, lots of things about making money and motherhood and parenting and minimalism, simple living. I just love a simple life, and my friend saw that and was really interested in kind of developing that for herself and her family. So she literally hired me to come to her house 3 days a week, and I turned out just coming 5 days a week for multiple months in a row and decluttering her house and helping her just really keep items that she needed and made her so happy and bring her joy. So this was a really cool thing to be able to get paid to do, because this was genuinely just my passion and I had so much fun doing it. Another one, if you're interested, are errands. Honestly, sometimes people just need help with groceries or picking up things, maybe getting gas for their car, just little things that can help people in the community, and you can bring your little one with. I do know a lot of mamas that actually started doing like skip the dishes and Uber Eats. Again, that option is a little more out there because you really have to get out of your house to do that. Instacart, things like that. Again, that could be a little bit trickier to do with a child, especially if you're a stay-at-home mother. So that I'm saying lightly and just kind of giving us a suggestion, but I personally have not done that one myself, so I can't really say much more about that one. My last tip is also a little bit out there, so you might disagree and not want to do this, but social media has actually become a really popular thing and a way of making money. I actually recently got monetized on YouTube, if you haven't noticed, so potentially I could be making a little bit of money off of YouTube if I wanted to. You can make money off of blog posts, you can make money off of Instagram, sponsorships. It doesn't just happen right away, so I understand how that could be a little bit of a deceiving one for making money, but if it's your passion and a hobby and you work hard at it, you could actually make it some sort of income for yourself. I wanted to bring that up because I do know a lot of mamas that are stay-at-home mamas that do social media, and I am not talking about MLM and those, you know, kind of pyramid schemes that people get into. Again, I'm not trying to bash anyone that does that. I understand you need to do what you need to for your family and to feed your family, but that being said, I personally just am not about that life. So anywho, those are my money making tips for stay-at-home mamas. There are so many other things I'm sure you could do, and if you have other suggestions or things that worked really great for you being a stay-at-home mom, or just even if you're not a mom and from home, things you can do, let me know in the comments below, because I'm sure all of us could benefit from this. I do know there's like online assistant that you can do as well. I don't know much about that personally because I also haven't done that, so I didn't want to talk about that too much, just because I'm trying to talk about the things that I've particularly found success in. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see y'all quite soon. Bye.